Hi guys, this is official apology video. I'm not threatened to record this video. This is something that I'm doing from my end based on the new information that basically came in. And I do want to be transparent. I do want to tell 100% truth in each and every of my videos. And I do not want to accuse anyone of the things that they've not done or cause any damage to any real proper business as well. And in general, don't cause any damage. And in general, I don't want also to come out as a negative piece of shit. So this video, the focus is mostly about Crypto Banter and Ren. We had a meeting in Dubai today, and Ren explained the whole situation to me, how he saw it from his end, the amount of investment, the role in the fund, and I do tend to believe him in terms of the things that happened. I do actually want to apologize to Ren and the Crypto Banter for the videos. I was emotional there. I was also accusing them of some things and kind of like adding some information that was not true, just assumptions from my end. And right now it's basically all clear from my end. I do think that they're also victims of the situation to a certain extent. I do know some more things that I probably won't be able to disclose, but there are very, very good reasons behind larger channels not talking about this thing in the first place. That's why actually once you would see this video, you would not also find any videos about Satoshi VM and the whole situation on my channel as well. You would basically know the situation anyway, just treat it as a content that's only live for a couple of days and then it gets deleted basically. So I don't think that Ren actually had done anything wrong. I think that he is a victim of the situation as well. I think that he basically got tricked. From one point of view, from other point of view, it really was a small investment into the whole situation. So they did not do proper due diligence research. And it's always easy to say about things when you already know the outcomes, when you already know all the research. And by the time the things were done, that there were no information that influencers were dumping the token on chain and things like that. So by that time, it was really kind of hard to figure out, especially if you are not in BRC20 and into ordinals, to understand that the project is a scam basically in the first place. On top of that, I think Ren was trying to protect the community. He was basically explaining that retail are playing against influencers. He shared all information about this thing in terms of how to play against influencers. I generally deny and take back all of my accusations on Crypto Banter and Ren himself as well. I don't think that they're involved. I think that's the issue that they made from their end. I think that's the issue in terms of due diligence, and we were also talking on the fact on how could have they figured this out in the first place. It's quite hard to figure out, especially with the fact that the sum of investment that they've done is low. And Ren actually is always disclosing when he's buying and investing and when he's selling, because this is something that he has to do actually according to the way the company is set up in the first place. I do think after everything that I heard and everything I know now, that Crypto Banter is a legit proper company and proper business with quite a lot of employees and people working hard. And I do believe at this stage that Ren is actually on the good side and that Ren is playing for good here in terms of the protection of retail, and in terms of the investors, and in terms of the things that they're actually doing in Crypto Banter. As an easy thing, they would never have and get the type of exposure that they get if they would not be providing value into the world. And me on this channel, I would at least have like 3 to 5 years to work on the channel in order to be able to provide the same type of value. I'm not telling you anything about technical analysis. I'm not that deep in terms of the research of the products as well. And that's the fact that they basically have a structured business, media business, and different people inside a team, different specialists. Therefore, they're able to provide this amount of content. And I think they're actually providing a lot of value to the marketplace. Frankly speaking, I am also a viewer of Crypto Banter, and that's essentially one of the main reasons of why I was doing these videos about Crypto Banter, is just the fact that I know more about the company and the channel because I'm following it myself, despite all the other influencers in the space that I did not talk about because I simply just don't know them. So again, I take back all the claims, all the accusations. I think I was wrong. I think I was just very, very emotional and short-sighted in terms of the situation. I think I actually focused the energy and attention on someone in the company that were not involved at that stage. I don't think that they were over shilling the token from the end. I don't think they were pushing. In fact, at the same time where Ren was talking about the token, he was basically protecting the investors and the viewers of the channel as well. And it makes sense from the company point of view, because I think from my end, we should always understand the reasoning behind a certain person or a certain company doing certain things. And upside in case of Ren, Crypto Banter, basically getting into this token and shilling the token and selling the token on the market is very, very low in comparison to the reputation damage and some other things that would basically be the result of this type of action. I think that Ren is a seasoned participant of the market and seasoned influencer as well. I don't think it makes any sense for him to do things like that in terms of shilling this project and then selling it on the audience. It's a very, very low amount of money for the company as well. And it's proper, legit business to the things that I heard and the things that were shown to me. I think I was wrong. And as a man taking responsibility for my actions, I apologize to Ren and the whole Crypto Banter as a company, the team as well. I was wrong in terms of the things that I've mentioned. I've done a lot of accusations that I think were essentially not true in the first place. And I think as a final fact, in terms of the whole situation, we have to think in terms of the amount of money that people would actually be making on shilling Satoshi VM and then selling it. I don't think that it's a substantial amount of money for Ren and the Crypto Banter itself. So therefore, I do not also think that it was of any interest to them to do things with this token, with these things. Therefore, I do think that they are a victim of the situation. I think that I was just too angry and too emotional about the whole thing. One important thing is that in any case, in any scenario, I do not want to do any damage to any proper and legit business, and in general to any business as well. I know it's hard. I'm the business owner myself. I know that you basically treat your business as a baby. I do not want to do damage to any business, because any business has employees has families. That's a very, very bad thing to do from point of view of any person. I would never want to do any damage to the business of anyone. And this is, I think, where I was wrong. I think I was also kind of not understanding the impact of the things that I was doing, because the channel basically just blew up from 700 subscribers last week to around 10k subscribers this one. I know this message would be accepted or digested in different ways. This is something that I just have to say from my end. I think I was wrong. I was wrong. I apologize. I didn't want to do any damage to the business of any person. I know how hard it is actually to build a properly working structure, how hard to make sure that everything is going fine, everything is going well, how hard it is to solve issues on a daily basis, and how hard you basically need to work in order to do that. I do appreciate the hustle. I do think that Ren is a hardworking man, very, very hardworking man. I apologize again. I take my words back. And something like this will never happen again from my point of view. I learned my lesson, and it will never happen again. In terms of the Satoshi's VM situation and the Crypto Banter and the influencers as well. This is it. This is the message from my end. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.